Welcome to 2023, everybody. I think it's time for a spin.
And a happy new year, folks. Great to be back out on a bike. One thing you might not realise is that before Christmas, because of the bad weather, because of me having COVID and a multitude of other things, work commitments, I haven't actually ridden a bike in 6 weeks. So I can't tell you how happy I am. Today is the 1st of January 2023. What a day to come out and ride a bike. Now it's a bit grey and miserable, but as we all know, it doesn't really matter what the weather's doing, especially when you haven't been on a bike as long as that. 6 weeks, I think that's the longest since I started riding that I haven't been on a bike. So as well as that, it was a much needed break as well. I got something called writer's block from the rest of you YouTubers. I'm sure you know what I mean. Sort of just lost interest a bit, I'll be honest. What with everything else going on in my life as well, just really busy. And obviously when you're a father of 4 kids and a husband as well, the bike riding has to sort of slip down the pecking chain a little bit. But anyway, all of that's over. I'm full of inspiration, full of ideas. I've got some fantastic things planned this year. I'm not going to reveal them all to you in my New Year's video like I stupidly did last year, and then very quickly realised halfway through the year I haven't done half the things I said I was going to do because I've run out of time. So so I'll keep those plans to myself. One thing I do want to talk to you about, and one thing I made well, I've been thinking about this for quite some time. I'm not just deciding this on a whim, although it is a bit of a New Year's resolution. And as of recording this video, there's just over 7,500 subscribers to the channel. I said in my Christmas video, it's now turned personal. You know, if you're investing the time watching me riding around on my motorbike and gibbering on and talking about this and talk about that, as well as all the other things I do on this channel, then in return, I honestly feel as though I should divulge a little bit more about me rather than just the Dave you see riding around on a motorbike. So I'm sort of inspired by a couple of people at the minute. My friend English biker Dan, I can't help but admire his bravery. He's been struggling with anxiety for quite some time, and he announced just last week, in between Christmas and New Year, that he's taking a break from YouTube. Fair play, Dan. We'll miss you if you decide to stay away full time, because yours is one of the channels which actually really kicked me up the backside to start mine. I love your channel, and you're one of the few people as well who I go to first when I want to learn about a bike. I always trust your opinion, and on top of that, you're a top bloke. I interviewed Dan on the 10-10 interview series I did a couple of years ago. I think it was in lockdown, because we did it over the what do you call it, the Skype thing, and thoroughly enjoyed chatting to Dan. Top man, hope he gets well soon. The other chap I'm really impressed with, which has led me on to what I want to talk to you about today, is Jack from Moto Mogul. Check out his YouTube channel. He's growing quick and fast, and it was partly because of Jack that I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. Jack packed in alcohol. He's just completed his 100 days, and he's just created something for January called Dry Roads. I think it's a brilliant incentive. Now, okay, it's time. I'll just tell you, I've struggled with alcohol, guys, all my life. 4 years ago I decided to do something about it and quit. Hasn't been easy, and I've fallen off the wagon a good few times, okay? But when people like Jack come forward and promote these schemes like Dry Roads for January and indeed his 100 days of being sober, I've just pretty much celebrated, like I say, nearly 4 years of being mainly sober. I have moments. It's not easy, especially the the industry I work in. You know, I spend most of my evenings in hotel bars. But then, you know, that's part of the thing. There's always an excuse. Anyway, so what I'm doing, and I'm not here to preach at all, because what suits one person might not suit the next. And indeed, I got help when I decided enough was enough 4 years ago, and I went along to a few meetings, and it wasn't for me at all, because this whole preaching stuff is just not for me. So everybody tackles things like this themselves. I'm one of the fortunate ones. I feel as though I have a grip on it, but I have to stay strong. And I think one of the things about doing what I'm going to do now will help me stay stronger. So not only am I doing dry January, I'm going to do 100 days from today. So that's it. There's something you didn't know. I've already told you. Well, a big secret about myself, really. It's big for me. It might mean nothing to you folks, but it's a hell of a lot for me to actually reveal that to, like I say, 7,500 of you. I'm forever making excuses why I can't meet up with this one and that one. I've a handful of friends who just don't understand, and I'm forever using the old oh, I'm on antibiotics, can't drink tonight, whenever I go out and meet them. Or the other one I use quite a bit is, oh, I've got an ulcer. The doctors told me I have to stay off drink for a while. You know, it's just, some people don't understand. Why should they? If people don't have an addiction problem like I do, then I don't expect them to understand. But anyway, that's what I'm doing from the 1st of January, and I shall leave it there. I'll park that one there. Right, on with the rest of the show, the year. I love the look of that little pub there. he says, just after talking about alcohol problems. I didn't mean I wanted to go in for a pint, okay? Gosh, it's looking rather steamy inside my visor here. I think I'm going to have to raise the visor. I hope you can still hear me okay. So I'm taking a spin out to Virginia, County Cavan, not too far from where I live. There's a gorgeous lake there, which has featured a few times in my videos. It's just a lovely blast of fresh air. And I will say one more thing to round off the 100 days sober challenge. If anybody else wants to hop on board, like I keep saying as well, you know, please do. But I can't tell you how good it feels to wake up on a New Year's Day with no hangover. And for the last 4 years I've done that. And yep, I was in bed New Year's Eve last night by 10 o'clock. I didn't even see the New Year come in, but I celebrate this morning. Do you know what I'm saying? Good few cars out for New Year's Day, isn't it? Definitely not a day for motorbiking. The roads are quite slippery. I've got the Michelin Road 5s on. So I feel very, very assured when I'm riding in damp, slippery roads with those tyres. They're absolutely brilliant. Actually, Jack, again from Moto Mogul, has recently made the switch from an Africa Twin to a GS. And one of the things he didn't like on his GS, hope you don't mind me saying this, Jack, was the Metzeler Tourance tyres. And I was the same when I got this bike. It also had the Metzlers on. Didn't care for them at all. I found them very twitchy. Not on dry roads. The maid's on dry roads. Quite soft compound, I think, so they were lovely and sticky on dry roads. But by God, as soon as there was a slight bit of condensation, moisture, or whatever, the front end was twitching like mad. So I had to get out of those tyres and move to the Road 5s. Talk about the VFR for a second. God, there's loads of people out. That's the coffee shop there, look at that. Yeah, definitely having a little treat. Yeah, if I could talk about the VFR for a second, I've just put the Road 6s on them. I've only driven 30 mile on them to take them to the next part of its restoration phase, which is nearly done. I'm told next week I should have that bike back, so I hope to bring you those videos very, very soon. What a wonderful, wonderful view on New Year's Day. Look at that, how gorgeous is that? Folks, I've said what I have to say. I come out to tell you that. And do you know,
it really feels as though I've got something off my shoulders, a bit of a weight, and I feel as though therefore I'm being more honest with you guys. I don't feel as though we have any secrets now. And on that note, have a wonderful and successful 2023. I'll be back same time, same place, next Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, with another video, and we'll march into the air from next week. I really wanted to clear my head and clear the air with what I've just told you. Anyway, light up the comments. Let me know if you're thinking along the same lines, if you want to stay alcohol free for a while. Listen, we're all here to support each other. Okay, I'll chat soon. Bye.